potentially very boring commute video. I just started filming on an unremarkable road in the town I live in. So of course on the Wirral I'll be obeying all the traffic laws. When we get to Liverpool city riding, might be a different story. Wirral Road, the hardest hill in East Wirral probably. I take it nice and steady because my commute's to zone 2. Otherwise I just fatigue myself too much, and I'm post TTT absolutely knackered after my big day yesterday, so I have to try and not attack this. So yeah, welcome to my commute video. I appreciate it might be quite dull. Really, the reason I wanted to record this was because of the ferry. The ferry is so good. Skip ahead to there, I'll put timestamps in, just watch the ferry, it's great. Most of my commute's basically through Birkenhead, suburbs, Birkenhead. I'll probably say on the camera something snobby about Birkenhead, and I feel bad about that in hindsight because it's a perfectly fine town. It's just, you know, a northern post-industrial town that's been neglected and deprived. But it's fine. I really don't want to be an arse about it. You can see that all of this is Birkenhead, and it's just suburbs really. It's just suburbs with various sort of houses and stuff. It's a pain that I have to cycle through this. I'd much rather be in country lanes, but you know, so be it. This road is horrible. I don't go this way anymore. It's gross. So now I'm going through the middle of Birkenhead Park, which is one of the first public parks in the UK. And rumour has it that the architect who designed Central Park in New York visited here first and used this as inspiration. That's what the locals will tell you. Now, I've been to Central Park and I've been to Birkenhead Park plenty of times, and if it's true, it's one of those cases where the cover's better than the original. But it is a nice park, as long as you're not there after dark. So coming down to one of the main train stations here, I'm not going to get the train, but it's a nice cycle path they got segregated from the road. I don't know how far I'll take it, but for the sake of the video, we'll go on it a little bit. So this part's through the like the industrial area of Birkenhead. It's just, Birkenhead's a dock town, so it's like warehouses and everything associated with shipping industry. There's ferries to Belfast and stuff. And it used to be a big shipbuilding town. That was the big employer here, and that's dried up. So that's why there's been a bit of urban decline. But yeah, you know, people live here. I really don't want to sort of be like, haha, Birkenhead's horrible. I lived there for years and it was absolutely fine. And now, as if someone opened a curtain, we're in Hamilton Square. I wouldn't normally go straight on here, but I want you to see just a little bit of Hamilton Square. Got the town hall on our right. So a fact you can't really hear me say there is that Hamilton Square has the most listed buildings in the UK outside of London, because it's basically all, I think, grade 2 listed buildings, but listed buildings nonetheless. All those fairy lights there are the ferry terminal. There's like a food market there, which is really cool. Greatest city on earth, apart from all the other ones. Can I just have a single to Liverpool, please? There you go, £2.90 single, £3.80 return. It's annoying to have to pay money to ride my bike, but I don't really mind. Staff here are great too, really nice, friendly atmosphere. There's the ferry coming in and me getting on the ferry. There's always an announcement that says, you know, welcome to one of the most famous ferry services on earth. I don't know how true that is. They could say that and you wouldn't bat an eyelid, would you? Here's a little tour of the inside of the ferry and the view I get every morning. I know I'm biased, but it's not bad, is it? So during the day, this runs as like a tourist ferry. Ferry Cross the Mersey is a fairly famous song. And obviously Liverpool gets a lot of tourism, so yeah, it does run as a tourist thing. Only 10 minutes for me straight to the Pierhead terminal down there. Wheel of Liverpool, and then the famous waterfront, which is like the Royal Liver building and the other of the two Graces that people don't remember as well. Then the ferry terminal and the new bit of Liverpool, all of these not skyscrapers but slightly taller buildings. Looking back at my beautiful Birkenhead, I think that's the ferry to Belfast there, and then up coast to Wallasey. But I'm very lucky to have this as a commute, even if it does cost me a bit of money, to be this convenient. I think it's amazing. So here's a quick view of the skyline up front, the historic buildings, and there's a new building there, the Museum of Liverpool, which featured in Doctor Who recently. And there you go, Beatles stuff everywhere. 4 men who did something. So fair play to them. Liverpool City Council have invested a lot of money in these segregated cycle lanes so that I don't have to ride down the strands to my left. This time of the morning they are perfect. When I'm coming home at 4 o'clock, it'll be absolutely rammed with dithering tourists and kids on e-scooters, and it'll be safer to use the road. On the right is the Albert Dock, which is a fantastic place to visit if you ever come to Liverpool. It's mostly like shops and restaurants, but it's just cool. And then, like all cycle paths, I don't know, it just disappears. Something's always being built in Liverpool, has been since 2007, which is brilliant. There's no way I'll be able to get it on camera. On the right is the largest single span archway outside of China, because it's Liverpool's Chinatown. It was a gift from Beijing, I believe. I don't know if the big cathedral's visible. Largest cathedral in the UK, 4th largest in Europe and 8th largest in the world, if I remember my high school religious education lessons correctly. So we're now getting into what's called the Georgian Quarter, because of the Georgian architecture. It's a lovely bit of Liverpool. It's kind of the city centre, but it's kind of not, it's all residential. But I'm going to turn on to Hope Street now, which is great for the Philharmonic Hall and some venues for like theatre venues and stuff. Hope Street is the other cathedral. Technically I think it's called the Metropolitan Cathedral of Liverpool. Everyone here knows it's Paddy's Wigwam. Great coffee on the left there, 92 degrees coffee. But there you go, University of Liverpool, that's where I work. Always good to see the liquid nitrogen being filled. This is the building I work in on the right. Materials Innovation Factory. It's a stupid name, sorry Andy Cooper. It's not a factory, for one, it's a research lab. For two, what does materials innovation mean? In the main chemistry department, Liverpool, we got a shower block dedicated. It's way better than a lot of places, so I can just come in, have a quick shower, got some locker space.
and be ready to go. Yeah, good. 10 out of 10 cycling infrastructure, University of Liverpool. Best of all, check out the water pressure. I'm well impressed.